Elizabeth. Welcome to Local Matters. Let's get started. It's been a long winter, but warmer days are on the way, and with them, the Mayflower Spring Shop Local Marketplace. The vendors you love and have been missing return to the site of Mayflower Brewing Company in Plymouth on March 27th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Grab some yummy food, a cold beverage, and support your neighborhood businesses by browsing the unique art and gift items offered by local vendors. And if you are a vendor looking for information on space availability, please message the Inebriart Facebook page. Mayflower Brewing is not booking the spaces. Visit the Mayflower Spring Shop Local Marketplace event page to learn more. Join other community members to help maintain the beauty and health of Duxbury Beach on Saturday, March 20th for the annual Duxbury Beach Clean Up. A few differences this year. In order to limit contact and maintain social distancing, Duxbury Beach Reservation, Inc. will not be providing cleanup materials. Bring your own gloves and a trash container. They'll provide the dumpster, and DBR volunteers will be on site to answer questions. This fun and healthy way to care for the beautiful Duxbury Beach begins at 9 a.m. Visit the Clean Up Duxbury Beach Facebook page for more details. The Plymouth Rotary auction is now live. Have you gotten your bids in yet? Visit PlymouthRotaryAuction.com and don't miss their 6-hour auction closing telecast live on March 14th starting at 2 p.m. right here on PAC TV. Rivaling apple pie as an all-American treat, the chocolate chip cookie got its start right here in Massachusetts. Check it out.
Welcome back to In the Know, invented in Massachusetts. So we've talked about the humble beginnings of the World Wide Web and the microwave, but now we're on our way to something truly essential. Okay, so we're using the word essential pretty loosely here. But picture this. You come home from school, run into the house, where your mom greets you with a heaping pile of carrot sticks? No, chocolate chip cookies, of course. The chocolate chip cookie was the staple of many a childhood. For generations, grandmothers across the country have spoiled their grandbabies rotten with this delicious chocolatey treat. But did you know that the chocolate chip cookie was invented right here on the South Shore? The year was 1938. Chef Ruth Graves Wakefield owned a popular restaurant called the Toll House Inn in Whitman, Massachusetts, which specialized in home-style classics. There's this myth that Ruth created the cookie by complete accident, that she was mixing the batter and pieces of chocolate serendipitously fell off the shelf and into the bowl. But that's actually not true. Ruth had a thin butterscotch nut cookie that was popular to many patrons. Deciding to switch it up a bit, she added chopped bits of semi-sweet chocolate bar from the Nestle company and created the Toll House Chocolate Crunch Cookie. Ruth then sold the recipe to Nestle for, get this, a lifetime supply of chocolate. She probably would have appreciated the money more.
What?
But hey, it was hard being a lady in 1938. Nevertheless, the chocolate chip cookie is part of Whitman and Massachusetts history. In fact, the Toll House sign still stands today, and Ruth Graves Wakefield's legacy lives on. And there we have it, 3 incredible inventions we couldn't live without. So when you go to check your email, microwave your popcorn for movie night, or fill your home with the yummy smell of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies, you have some great inventors to thank. But hey, it doesn't have to stop there. There are generations of thinkers and discoverers all around us, so get out there and create. For more In the Knows and other great content, like and follow the local scene on Facebook, Insta, and Twitter. This has been In the Know, invented in Massachusetts, Part 3. Now you're in the know.
Thank you, Tiff. The Plymouth No Place for Hate Committee's Outstanding Citizenship Award is open for nominations. Recognizing local high school students who've made impressive contributions to our community, this award comes with a monetary award and public recognition at a select board meeting. The award is open to any Plymouth resident attending high school, regardless of its location, their grade level, or whether or not they are college-bound. The recipient will be a student who has shown a commitment to social justice by challenging discrimination or bigotry through his or her actions, or actively works to celebrate diversity or to protect the civil rights of all people in our community. This could take the form of a specific act or creative expression. Recipients can be nominated by a teacher, guidance department staff, club or organization advisor, clergy, or coach. For more information, visit the No Place for Hate Committee website at www.plymouthnoplaceforhate.org. The nomination deadline is April 30th, 2021. Spending more time at home during the pandemic has made a lot of us rethink our spaces and the clutter that it has accumulated. Join Plymouth Public Library and Associate Kate on March 29th at 6 p.m. for Clear Your Clutter, Spring Cleaning in a Pandemic. She'll cover popular methods and sustainable options for donating your unwanted stuff and making your home clutter-free. Register via the Plymouth Public Library website. Matt York is a local musician who has been described by the Patriot Ledger as having a retro tone reminiscent of Bob Dylan or John Prine. High praise. Julie invited Matt via Zoom to talk about his music, the music world in general at this time, and, lucky us, to perform. Julie?
Matt York, you are a local musician. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and how long you have actually been in the music industry?
I sure can. I've been doing this since I was in high school. I started playing when I was young. I grew up in Foxborough, Massachusetts, and started playing the clubs of Boston when I was a teenager. And pretty much all my life, I've been doing this in some form or another.
And while you haven't been able to play gigs for quite a while, and you're getting more and more of them as you went along, and you have been recording your new album. Can you talk about that whole process?
Yeah, when COVID first struck, I was just about to leave to go to Texas to play a whole bunch of shows through Texas and Louisiana. I just finished recording an album at that point, and then life stopped. And so I was able to do a few shows over the summer and over the fall, and locally, like in the New England area. And then it was safe enough to go back and start recording again, probably around November, I guess, October, November. And so we've since then recorded another album's worth of stuff. So now I've got two. So that's been good. The studio part's nice, but not being able to play live has been a drag the last few months.
Talk to me about that. As a musician, how much energy and how much of your soul do you get from the audience that's feeding back to you when you perform live in front of people?
Yeah, so when you're an independent musician and you're doing, I do this alone. I play solo, so it's a kind of nomadic world, that you're in. And some nights are horrible. Some nights you go and it's raining out, or the Patriots are playing and there's nobody there, and it's terrible. And then other nights it's terrific. I think more than the audience, it's, I go to a number of different places throughout the Northeast, and, I've developed relationships with the sound guys and the people that book those places and the people that own those places. And so, I miss those relationships, things where, it's people that I might only see 4 or 5 times a year, but I always enjoy seeing them. And so, I miss seeing those folks probably more than anything.
Awesome. The music industry has been changing dramatically over the last decade anyway, now even more since the pandemic. So do you see that the changes that have been brought about because of this are permanent, or will everything go back to the way it was before?
Someone else was just asking me that the other day too. I think we don't know, because we just don't know what's going to be left, after this is all said and done. I know a number of rooms are going to close or already have closed here in Massachusetts. There were huge problems in the music world prior to this, and they were not getting any better. And this, I think, really made it worse. I do think short term, I think there'll be a renewed interest in seeing live music. I think people miss it. And, so I think the summer will probably be really good. Whether, a lot of the problems, though, really emanate from the fact that, 10 years ago, you could go and play a show and you could sell 10 CDs or 15 CDs at a show for $10 a piece and make an extra couple $100 a night. And with streaming music and things like that, you just don't sell as much stuff. And so it's a much harder thing to do financially, to be honest with you. It's just not what it used to be 15, 20 years ago. So there's huge headwinds against local music, but music's not going to stop. I was like, I don't know what else to do. It's all I know how to do, really. So I don't have a choice,
Right. Yeah, very good points. Points well made. And aside from mixing your new album, what does the immediate future hold for Matt York?
Matt York, I'm going to slide into the third person. I'm playing my first show of 2021 at the end of the month down in Providence, which will be nice. And I do have something booked in April in Massachusetts, assuming that the restrictions are lifted for live music here. So, I'm hopeful that I'll be kind of busy all spring and summer once things return to normal, and we'll see what goes from there. But, like anything, somebody made the joke that musicians are the least essential employees that there are. And it does kind of feel like that. But certainly music has not been, I think music has been essential for a bunch of us, just listening to it, or, the effect that it's had on us all during the pandemic. So I don't know. I'm anxious to see what the future holds.
Yeah, and music is like you said, it's never going anywhere. Maybe the modes and methods of delivery and performance will change, but people's love for music will always, always remain. And I like to ask everybody I interview, what silver linings have you found, if any, because of COVID-19?
Musically, or just in
general, just life in general.
In general. Julie, I'll tell you, and you can vouch for this. Someone once told me when I was young that learning how to play guitar really allows you to marry way over your head, and so I've got to do that. And so I have a terrific wife, and we've had a wonderful time together. We really have. We've had a lot of tough breaks like everybody else during COVID, but we've kind of been laughing our way through it the whole time. So that's been the number one silver lining for sure.
Right, spending more time with your family. A lot of people have said that, and they've actually gotten to know their family and their kids better because of the amount of time that everyone is spending together. Well, we are thrilled that you're going to be performing for us one of your new songs that you wrote yourself. That's going to be on your new album. You want to give a little intro into it before we reset and set you up?
Sure. I'm going to play a song called Baby Doll. And it's going to be on the new album. And I'm excited about how it came out in the studio when we recorded it.
Spent 2 years living down in Liverpool. 2 more years and then I got parole. And I don't know exactly where I've been. Did my time and they said no. Did my time and they said no. When you're young, you don't think about doing time.
Thank you, Matthew. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much, Matt. To check out more from Matt York, visit his website at mattyorkmusic.com. Erica is here with an all-new In the Schools update.
Fall 2 sports are officially in full swing in Pembroke. Students are participating in practices, virtual meets, and are ready to hit the green. Due to the spectator policy of only 2 adults or siblings per student athlete, PAC-TV will be live streaming all Pembroke High School JV and varsity football home games this season, so no one has to miss a thing. Home spectators require a Pembroke lanyard for access into the field. Away spectators are awaiting Patriot League decision. The first JV game will be on Saturday, March 13th at 11 a.m. versus Quincy, and the first varsity game will be Friday, March 19th at 5:30 p.m. versus North Quincy. Athletic Director Brian Phillips breaks down additional guidelines in his Fall 2 sports presentation. He speaks about what to expect for this season of football, cheerleading, and track. To watch the full presentation, please go to the Titan TV YouTube page. Returning to 100% in-person learning is on the horizon, but let's take a moment to reflect upon some of the artwork that students created over the past few months during this pandemic.
The halls of Pembroke High School look different every day, but the art hallway is something to talk about. The walls and ceilings are lined with students' projects in everything from digital photography to mixed media. The passion and emotion of these students shines through in the works they produce. With the ebb and flow of adaptations, students have overcome the initial collapse of the art community, and they're hard at work, creating all kinds of patterns and impressions. Art is an expression of the human spirit, and these students are ready to be recognized.
Silver Lake Regional High School is at it again with another episode of Life on the Lake. Students took turns on camera acting as anchors and interviewing student council representatives about their virtual events, the school resource officer from Kingston Police and his internship program, and discussing what is happening in the schools. They also have another episode of the Capsize podcast with a special guest, Miss McGuire, one of the Silver Lake art teachers. To watch and listen to full episodes, please go to the Laker TV YouTube. Elizabeth, back to you.
Thank you, Erica. Hit the trails with Wildlands Trust volunteer Rob McDonald and stewardship manager Eric Boyer for an invigorating spring hike in Marshfield. This 3-mile hike through Phillips Farm Preserve and New England Forest Foundation's Nelson Memorial Forest takes place on March 27th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. You'll encounter a few small hills, but can expect to see spectacular views of the North River. Visit the Wildlands Trust website to register. Laughter helps boost the immune system, reduces stress, and can change a bad day into a better one. Laughter combined with yoga is a calming and joyful way to handle a bad mood and care for your body. And the Kingston Public Library invites you to a laughter yoga session via Zoom with Robert Rivest on March 22nd at 6:30 p.m. Mr. Rivest is an international performer, teacher, comic mime artist, stress relief educator, and a certified laughter yoga master trainer. His mission is to use mindfulness, laughter, and the performing arts to bring greater health and happiness to individuals and organizations around the world. What a great mission! Register by visiting the Kingston Public Library website. And thank you for visiting with us for this episode of Local Matters. From all of us at PAC-TV, have a happy and safe week. We'll see you next time.